Welcome to part 20 of the Egyptian campaign for Et Impera 1.2. In the last part we fought a really major siege here at Taros against a full stack Pergamon army and we saw them off. It was a heck of a grind. Before I get into the campaign, guys, I want to talk about something. Now, about a week ago, I think it was the 20th or 21st of May 2017, if you're watching this in the future, the final release, I think, came out for Et Impera 1.2 with the release of the Hellenic update. Now, when I chose this campaign, I had not noticed that the Hellenic update included the Ptolemies, i.e. Egypt. So when I saw that, I got a bit of a shock and I kind of waited a little bit just to think about whether I should go for the final release or stick with the beta release. And I thought, no, I'm going to take a chance on this, guys. So what I've done is I've downloaded the full release, and that's had some interesting effects which I'm going to talk about. If I can't, well, let's move this army. I want to get this army right up on this border first. Actually, we're going to get both the armies out here, because we are going to go after side. Because what I want to do, well, my strategy is going to be is to see if I can do another knockout blow against the Pergamon and piece them out, so I can put my attention back onto the Sukhalids. Because otherwise, I'm just going to end up with having to turtle up a constant grind, and that's going to be as boring as heck, guys. Anyway, enough of a digression. Hopefully, I haven't moved these troops too far forward, and what we have now is new unit rosters. And I presume if you guys, anyone was starting this game for new, these would be the unit rosters. So here we got here, these guys have disappeared, the Thorax Pikemen. We've now got these Pikemen. I think these are the original Pikemen that came, Egyptian round shields. I can't recruit them, so it doesn't actually highlight them up. We've also got now some Egyptian swordsmen. The Royal Palsats have disappeared. I assume that they're no longer part of the Egyptian roster, but what we have got back now is Thracian cleric Phalanxman and some Galatian swordsmen. So it's like they've mixed the roster up a bit with different troops. We've now got Judean Theropii, which have the same symbols there, but these are Theros spears and these are Judean Theropii, and you can see that these aren't quite so good. And if I come, come on, play ball please, guys. Now our Theros spears, which are these guys, have got a new icon. They're also cheaper, and when you consider these guys have got experience, they're 4175. These guys have no experience, they're 4278. They've got a little bit from the fact that they will have armor. So these guys look like they've got no armor, but they've got a big shield, and these guys are actually going to be a replacement. Sorry, I can't, if I can, it's can be a bit irritating sometimes. Oh, come on. If I can get there. There we are. And the Galatian levies we had there before, what we've also got now is Judean Archers, and it looks almost like they're part of the Egyptian roster, along with Jewish slingers. They seem to become, I'm sure that before these were just an AOR unit, and these guys are still very much the same as before, but we've now got these Judean Archers, which are equivalent to the heavy archers, except for they don't have so much armor, but they're also a little bit cheaper, so they've got a bit more range and all that. So these are going to be quite a handy unit to get here. I think most of these other Syrian levies are okay, and I think that what I'm inclined to recruit into here is another one of these guys, just to add them to the force. But actually let's cancel that so I can go up. And on the top level here now is we've now got, I think, Cappadocian Lancers come from this area, So they could be quite useful here. We've got Cerissa Lancers now. I think that's a new unit. Bear with me, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think before we had Taratina Cavalry and the Ptolemaic Spear Cavalry. We've now got Cerissa Lancers, which are pretty good, but I must admit I do like these Cappadocian Lancers as well. And you can see here they've got, they're not that far off of these guys, and these guys that mind you, they're both very expensive. And I think the Galatian Light Cavalry has been around. We've got Taratina Cavalry. As I say, the big difference is now we don't have the hoplites, so we don't have Ptolemaic hoplites anymore. They seem to have disappeared from the roster, and we don't have the Royal Palsats. So in some ways, the front line's a bit weaker, but we've got a wider range of different types of troops. So I'm going to have to kind of rebuild my armies, and what I'm going to do is come down here, and I think if we look at this army, I don't know what we can recruit here. I don't think there's anything here that's... No, we got Libyan levies, again we got Ptolemaic swordsmen, 43, 79, I mean, so we got those forces there. And the other thing I want to show you guys, and this is a really weirdie, all my temples now are it says here, this is not of my cult, it's not available to your faction. So all the temples have changed completely, and probably the best way to illustrate it is if I come down to here. I've built a temple here. You can see this one's got pure Egyptian influence. Now you have less Egyptian influence and some Hellenic one, and what I'm going to have to do is convert that in order to grow it. And if I kind of look here, and if you kind of look through these, you can see now where this is +6 Egyptian culture, now this is 3 and +6 Hellenic. And so all these now have a mixture of Hellenic and Egyptian culture, and the Hellenic seems to be predominant in all of them. So it's almost like for every Hellenic is twice the level of before, which is going to make it very interesting, because if I kind of look at the cultural level here, you can see here this is 85% culture, and if I look at the public order, you can see here the cultural difference is -3. Now bear in mind Egypt is Hellenic, so that in theory should say this is no Hellenic culture. This should say terrible cultural stats. So the culture still remains an Egyptian. And again, if I come up to here, you can see here that the cultural is 12, and if I click here, you can see I've got 81%. So the old mechanic is, but the problem you're going to have now, guys, is that if you've got these temples, I'm going to have to cancel this temple here because there's no point me building this. But again, now if you build the new version of this, you're going to have more Hellenic culture. So what you're going to have a problem of doing is that in order to get your Egyptian culture up, to get your cultural identity down, you're going to have to work with the Hellenic culture sat on top, unless for some reason in the mechanic it actually works there. And I don't think there's much benefit now for me to building that. I'm kind of the food here. The food's a bit low, so I think what I might do is just pop some food in here. And I think I was, so the old double temple is not going to work for Egypt, and I'm sure one of these, yes, I knew you're building. I cancelled that, and that should give us a refund. How's the food here? Low as well, but I could really do with the cash because that's what I was building this up for. I think what we might do here, but the positive side, the public order seems to have gone up a little bit. So Mesopotamia, you're a basket case. Palmyra, now got a food shortage, but we've got these in here, and I can't do anything about that in Palmyra. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. Yathrib, You're okay. Down here we'll build that. Got this here. So again, we're going to have to be a bit more dependent on these. I think what we might do, it's not going to give us a lot of wealth, but I'm kind of a bit inclined to take that up. And as I say, I'm going to leave these temples. I know some of you guys say, ah, you're cheating, you should convert it. I might convert them later on, but... And we've got Egypt here. And I think this army can just stay in this area. We've got this problem with a Pergamon fleet out here. I mean, I haven't noticed any other changes, guys, but there's also the risk to the save game, so that's just an aside. So we've got this army here. It could strike there. It can't strike Tyros because it can't reach because it's an army move, but it may move into there. And what I think I'm going to need to do is I was bringing this army down to combine with the Pharaoh, but I think while we've got business with the Pergamon, I think I'll bring this army up to deal with the public order, because you can see here, again, here's an example, guys. If I show you the culture here, this is 69% Hellenic, but if I show you here, we've got -15 cultural difference. So, and again, if I click here, the details, we're 1% kind of thing. So I think what we're going to need to do is, I think what we may need is an army or something up here with it should be somebody here. We're going to need to work on converting this the hard way, because actually, what's the Hellenic influences? Have a look. At the moment we've got 10 characters, 12 buildings. Cultural influences, well, that must be coming from these other buildings. So if I build a temple here to convert, that's actually going to just add to my woes. So the only way I can do that is with characters. So that's going to make life converting these interesting. Does this guy got? Let's have a quick look. See what he's got. See if we can get anything here. What have you got? +1 Republic order. I don't know whether any of these guys will have anything here. Yeah, he's got +6 cultural conversion. So we're going to have to use the armies to convert troops. Anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough, guys. I think what we need to do is do an intern, and we'll see where that army in the water comes from. Oh, I didn't move my agents. Bugger. Too much talking about the changes, and I forgot completely about moving my agents. Oh well, never mind. Oh, so they've come out at us. Okay.
Retreat, men! Retreat!
You've retreated. You're coming in here. This army's damaged. I think we'll go see what the auto resolve says here. Close victory, 53%. I think we'll go with the auto resolve on this. Okay, guys, these guys want to fight. Obviously, this agent has got there. We're certainly going to fight this. We got a nice field battle here. And we're gonna, I mean, we don't really have the troops to deal with all these archers. We've got cavalry superiority. They've got lots and lots of Pelsats. This could not go well, guys. We don't really have the front line for this, but we do have the artillery. Okay guys, what we need is a pretty good strategic point. I think I'm not gonna exactly corner camp, but what I want to do is take advantage of the height here. So I'm not gonna actually corner camp in the strictest sense of the game. What we will do is put these guys up here. So it'll be a kind of corner camp, but not totally. And I think what we're just gonna have to do is use our spear line across here. I know some of you guys will say, oh wow, you're corner camping, it's cheesy, but what I do want is the advantage of the hill. I mean, if the hill had been down there, I would have been quite happy to, and I think we'll get spears there, Barrow spears there, and certainly gonna get these guys behind. They're attacking, so off there, and I think we'll have the slingers on this side. They're off. This is to the death guys, so, and we'll have these guys there. Cavalry, I don't want the cavalry to be pinned in here. I want the cavalry to be mobile, so I think you guys can come down here. Got left, we've got palsets and swordsmen. I think what we can do is we'll go 3 and 3 on each side. Actually no, let's, I think we'll have the swordsman. Actually no, you can come here, bring you back.
Swords! By your command.
And we'll have you there. Basically you guys are going to be a fighting reserve. What we'll have is the palsats kind of up on this corner here, and you guys can support these guys on this side. So there's like a flank, you've got a flanking attack here. And these guys are there. You guys are attacking, so you've got to come to me. And what we're going to do is take this cavalry down that way. We'll just tidy this line up a little bit. They're coming in this way, so they're going to come across this hill. Love to have got that hill, but
Slingers! At the double!
I think you guys can
Double time!
spread out a bit. Well, palsets.
Double time! By your command! Ready for orders! By your command!
Here comes the opposition.
By your command!
Guys are on flammable rounds.
Of the archers!
The archers.
What are your orders?
I think you guys
At the
can
double! Orders!
stretch out a bit wider.
Advance at speed! Quick march!
Get these guys into position. I think they move forward a little bit.
Ballista!
It'll be okay. They're not in range yet. See what we can see with them. Speed up a little bit, guys. They've got their spearmen there. They've got their cavalry on this side. Guys got the range yet? No. There, we're just getting the range now, and what I want to do now is really hit their front lines. Oops. Yeah, this we can tear up their heavy front lines. Maybe what we got here. You guys can hit these. We can hit these. Yeah. And I think what I might do is
Citizen cavalry!
I think I'm going to bring 2 of you up behind. I should have kept 2 of you up that way, and I think we're going to bring 2 of you round that way. Yeah, we're knocking them down. We're knocking them down, guys. Got some. These are their cavalry here. Ow. Oh, that's a nice shot to that front line. You guys got the range yet? No. Got a general unit up there. It's my cavalry. Guys, get you guys up. Stuck behind that flank there. It says we're equal, but oh, look at that, smack in the middle of that. Guys got the range yet? Nope. How about you guys? Not quite. I think I'll bring guys in like that, all a bit.
Double time!
Yeah, I think what we can do is just move you guys forward a bit. Let's see if we can take advantage of your range.
What are your orders?
Because these guys have got a little bit of an armoured piercing capability. Wow. Wow, we're certainly dishing out some punishment to these guys. Yeah, a nice field battle here, guys. Here we go. What are these guys? I think what I might do also is check out the English names mod now, guys. You guys can really start pouring the fire into these. Guys, focus fire these. Okay, they're mounting the charge, so back. Pikes, you're in position. You guys pull back. You guys pull over to this flank. General, I think it's time for you to come this way. Oh, our cavalry's too far out. But I think, oh yeah, we're gonna.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, they've now committed on that front. Cavalry out that way. I think you guys were a little bit too far away, but I think we'll be okay, guys.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Well, Peltats, what we got here. Oops, we're on the edge of the map. I think you guys can mount a downward charge on these guys. Get them from the flank. And here we go. Wham!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
And I think you guys pull through. you guys follow up with that. Guys on their pal sets in on this flank, and we're now get the general here. You're in amongst this lot. These guys, they're steady, they're a bit shaky. Okay, get in here, guys. Right, we've got a nice little field battle going now. This is cavalry, so if we mount a cavalry charge in on here, the general, you can pop off that way. You guys, citizen cavalry line up here. Slingers, yeah, our general will do okay. Wedge, we've got cavalry superiority now. General out. All pal sets. You're kind of a bit stuck out this way. Guys doing. You guys come into that one. You guys can come into this one. Where's my other cavalry gone? Where's the one working with my general? You pull out here. These guys are getting a bit shaky. I think these guys are going to get into there. We've crushed out these guys, so Slingers, you guys pull out, and you guys can come in here. General, pull out. Let's get another charge in on these guys. These guys came back, so we'll get the general onto them. You guys fire into the back of these. What have we got up here?
The enemy general is dead.
Okay. We got here. Spears. Right, it's time to get the reserve in.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Okay, guys. Peltats up here. And just going to fire at war cry as we come in. Yeah, but we're going to cavalry. Got here. These are. Okay, where's the rest of the enemy troops? One of our archer units is broken, but I don't think that's a major problem. Get out and wedge. You guys go after these. That's a ballista.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay guys, you chase down these. Who's this panicking? We killed them all. We got them all. It always gets me the fact that these guys, we've won the battle and these guys are just still running around. I think that's it, guys. Good battle. Good battle. We lost 636, they lost 2,220. Look at that. The siege artillery 253, 285. We got 200 and the general got 239. The cavalry did very well. And we had some friendly fire, but I think we really beat the buggery out of them. And we'll kill them off. They're going to run away. I think we can put some hurt on them next time round. And hopefully we will be able to piece out the Pergamon. I can put my attention onto the Sucalids. There it goes. Let's do my agents before I forget. What I want is you down this here from Hatra. I think
How can I serve you?
get you up this way. What I do want is one of you coming back this way. Right. This is the army that's in the better condition, so let's just chase these guys back, hopefully towards the city.
Advance! Leave none alive! Kill the cowards!
Why can't these guys kill? Why can't I kill these? Okay, just gonna auto resolve this.
You have further orders?
And
We fight for you,
My lord.
you got restricted movement.
At your command, we take this settlement for you, my
Ah,
lord.
bugger.
Laying siege to the settlement.
These agents are a pain in the ass. Okay. Now the question is, would I peace out with Pergamon on side? I'm kind of half inclined to, if they will. Actually, let's do it. Let's see if we can get out a piece. If we can piece these guys out.
Be welcome, emissary.
Oh yeah,
if
we
you
get some
come in
plenty of
peace.
cash out of them.
Be fearful if you come with false words, dripping with honeyed lies.
3,000. Still high. Okay.
Fine.
And if I take side, that gives me 1 on 7. I'm quite happy to sacrifice side in if Pergamon will give
We
me
are not known as
a
patient
piece
people.
with lots of cash.
Therefore, welcome. Speak to the point.
Oh yeah, we're oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay guys, I'll take the 10. If I can get, if you give me 10,000 per peace treaty, yep. I'll take that, guys. We'll probably bring. What we'll do is we'll get this army here for the moment,
Set up the watch. What can I do for
and that gives me a positive public order here. What I would, none of these armies. You lost 1 unit. You're a bit damaged. You're a bit damaged. I think these armies can come back, and what I will do is bring this army forward to defend this area. Now, during the end turn, Carthage came up through here, so we're certainly going to have to get this army back this way. This is probably a full 20 stack Carthaginian army. Wow. This is going to be fun fighting all this cavalry. Carthaginian cavalry. Carthaginian noble cavalry. Wow. That's going to be fun. Okay, we've got 16,000 to spend. I'm quite happy with that, guys. And we've done the agents. Okay, let's Gyptus. This is building up. See what we can get here. I can do with that. Actually, up in Tyrus, actually. Certainly going to go with that. And I'd love to take Antioch up, and that will be, I think that would be beneficial. 6 public order, 3 public order. I'm sure that's changed. 7 food, 1 public order. I'd love to take, that's 800. Ah, they've changed the order. That nearly caught me out, guys. Originally, that was at the top. That was at the bottom, and that one was at the top. No wonder I thought it was wrong. So this is 6 public order, 6 food. But how's the public order here? The public order's pretty good. I kind of like to go for that. Ancient capital. Okay, we're going to go with that. It's going to cost us a big wodge of cash, but Mesopotamia, we got an army up here now, so I think we can knock that down. We'll see if we can do something about the public order in there. Okay guys, I think that's all I can do this turn. I'm 35 minutes in and I waffled a bit, so we've got unassigned skills for like one of our generals, the Pride of Sakmat. And of course now cultural conversion is going to be quite an important element. I think if I come back to my other general here,
What can
you
I
the
do
other general?
for Egypt?
No, not that. Maybe it's this one.
At your command.
No, they're both the same. Okay. But I think having a cultural conversion, but empire maintenance, research rate, to public order from characters. What have you got here? Morale. What else can we get here? Public order penalties, resistance, gravitas, melee defense. Minus 2% upkeep. I suppose that will increase our cash a little bit. And I think maybe see the difference there with the. I think it's probably a bit of an oddball way to do things, guys, but I think that's it. So we're just going to go for an end turn. Yeah, I think giving the generals some cultural conversion now is going to be quite a major step forward. Oh, so Pergamon's broken their alliance with This is broke during the summer. Okay, let's get our
What can I do
armies
for
back into home territory.
Egypt asks much of its servants.
Wow.
The gods guide my footsteps.
It's going to take a little while to get my armies back, isn't it? Okay, guys. So we've now got a homestead. Our income's doing fairly well. I think what I'm going to do is I want to pull this navy back to say here, and we're going to send this army up. We're going to have the army out here.
We fight for you, my lord.
You've got plenty of public order, so I think you can go and just sit in the settlement here. Just I think what I want to do is build up my navy a little bit. See if we got. I think we've got some extra naval units as well. Or was that my imagination? 228, 203. These guys are so expensive. But I think what we'll do is get a couple of naval units as well. Unseasonal conditions, extreme drought. Yes, there's always extreme drought in your field, wherever it is.
At your command.
Let's see what you can recruit. Gyptian Royal Pikemen. These are the Palsets. I like the idea of these, but some Theros spears here. Oh, these guys are quite cheap and cheerful, so maybe we'll get a couple of spearmen. And I mean, these guys are cheap. That's one thing you can say. Egyptian swordsman. 3780. So the Ptolemaic swordsmen are actually a bit better. These guys have got the better armor. I think we're nope, that was 2, so we can only recruit 2 here anyway. So. Okay guys, the reason I'm building this army up is just in case I need to start sending down here, say the Carthaginians come at us in full force. I think they were poison, tree sabotage. I think we can come and wreck their baggage train, I think. Not successful. Oh well. Goes without saying. Okay, what can we build now? Let's just see what we can build, guys. It's plenty of food here. Army replenishment, wealth from agriculture, from agriculture, export food edict, supplies base. That could be useful. That doesn't come up again. This kind of public order issue. I mean, we've got public order's good here, so, but that doesn't. That gives us an extra 4 food. For 2,000. That gives us at the moment we got 60. That would give us an extra 90. That would give us a lot more food. Got plenty of food here. I think maybe we'll take that up for the risk of the public order. Don't really want to build here. Syria. Take that up. Cost us 4 food. I think that the public order here could be useful. Just we'll come back to that to see what else we got here. You're doing okay. You're doing okay at the moment. Now fraud. Yeah, you're negative again. That's probably due to the public order there. Palmyra, Mesopotamia. I've got to remember to build something here. Now the question is, guys, do I go for that or food? I mean, don't need the barracks. Could do with the workshop, but I think I think we're just going to add to the Hellenic conversion if I do that. I think we're going to go with that actually, guys. Just go for the cash. Where was it now? Nabatea. Can't remember now where that. Or have I dropped below? Oh yeah, I don't have the money. I think we'll go one more turn, guys, and then that'll be it for this part. So, okay. Oh, forgot to move the agent again. Bugger. Actually, I think I could bring that agent back into the army for a bit more training, I think. And here we are, guys. We've completed Philosophy 2. And of course we've got an attrition report, quartermasters. Right, let's what we got here. Get some cash here from Syria. That could be quite useful, but we'll look at what else we can do first. Right, let's. I think you need to retrain. Let's see. This is my siege army. I think you need to come back this way. I think you need to retrain, so I think we'll just put you outside of here. And what can we recruit? What did you lose? Looks like you lost one of your looks like you actually lost the Gyptian Archers. I have Egyptian Archers or Slingers. No. That was the army that fought.
What can I do for
It lost the recruitment, didn't he? A pretty powerful front line. Got Palsats. Yeah, I think we can. I think we're. Could get the Slingers. But I actually quite like the idea of the. What can we get here? You had 244. Melee damage. These Judean Archers are actually a bit more. These are actually better, although these guys have got a lot more armor. So I think we can do this. These guys are fairly cheap and cheerful, so I think we can recruit those. This army can come back and refurbish, and then eventually, I think what we can do is get you into this army, some military training again.
At your command.
Where's my other agent? You're quite happily deployed there. I think
I'm
you
yours
can.
to command. Moving out.
What I want to know is whether anyone's trying to sneak
There's
round
all I
here.
can do.
I think you can deploy and just get some experience. That will tell me if the Sukhalids are army. Because what I'm thinking, guys, is we've got this bridgehead here. Now the Sukhalids run over the top of here. I think if we could push through here and then clamp down, cut off this normal access here, right, and then we could push down on the Sukhalids that way. Because although coming in and taking Hatra would be attractive. Let's have a quick look. That's a. So we've got Hatra there, Charax, and this is be the Suk. See, the problem is if I come through here, that would try and drive a wedge through the Sukhalid Empire, but it would expose all my flanks. Where if I keep peace with Pontus and close this border off, that would give me a solid border to go forward with Edessa. We're going to have armies operating here. Well, let's just have a quick look through, see what the options are. We can build an Edessa. I'm kind of a bit inclined to prefer to take Jura up, actually. That would give me... we've got a bit of a public order issue. Food is, well, non-existent. Okay, let's have a quick look. Anything else that could go up? That's just going to be public order and growth. Syria, Libya, everything else is up. So I think we're going to go with Jura, simply because we may lose Edessa if the Sukhalids push in. If I can make Jura stronger, maybe if I punch out against Hatra. What's the garrison like in Hatra? 15 militia. It's a tier 3. Get a free tier 3 building there. Maybe Hatra's the target, but that'll be for the next part, guys. And we've got some research to do, and we got, what was it now? What did we root? It natural philosophy? Sure it was. See, I recruited. Tiered philosophy 2, yes, yeah. So we've now got this, which gives us another 1% in the thing, but I think really now I need to think a little bit about military. 2% recruitment, 2% upkeep for all fleets. That will come there. Minus 10% the upkeep costs for all armies. But that's would be 22 turns. Wow. 5% replenishment. 5% military morale during recruitment. Siege towers, armorer level 3. That's 4 turns. I think maybe getting a tier 3 armorer could be quite a little bit of a boost. That would make my armies stronger. And shipwrights report. Yeah, we got a little bit of a fleet building up. Yeah, we've got some defenders of the 2 lands. And I think this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. Just to kind of confirm, I know I've mentioned it here, we're going to keep on with the campaign. If it becomes too much of a stalemate, I will basically abandon it and start a new campaign. Because I don't want this to be a grind of me just knocking backwards and forwards between the Pergamon and the Sukhalids. If the campaign starts to go that way, then I will probably start a new campaign. Also, if we do get problems with save games, so far we seem to be okay, I'll also restart the campaign. But I don't want to drop this campaign just yet because it's so interesting. I'd love to push out and get this foothold, take the Sukhalids, and then come back and kick the Pergamon's ass and then take on the Romans over here. And of course we've still got Carthage, so there's life left in this campaign yet. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed the episode, hope you found it interesting, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.